crazy with it should be. This is your boy NORE.
What up, it's DJ EFN.
And this is the Take Me Crazy World Podcast. Drink Champs, Happy Hour. And we want to deliver. It's 2025. We can't believe we made it this long. So I got two of the best people that I know to help share this moment with us. We got journalist extraordinaire / entertainer, rapper, whatever. My motherfucking friend, Rob motherfucking Markman. We got jewelry expert, done everything, gets everything what you want, makes it happen. Mr. motherfucking Gabe Jacobs. So we're gonna get straight to it. Now, Gabe, let us know the jewelry game, right? It seems like it's only 5 jewelers at one time. Like, there's a whole bunch of other jewelers, but there's only 5 jewelers who really win. Is there a jewelry secret Illuminati?
No, it's just social media got shit really fucked up.
Right.
And because, you know me,
right.
A long time. I've been doing this for a very long time.
Right.
Did this without any Instagram, without any social media.
Right.
And I think MySpace was just coming out when I started.
Right.
But I was already still doing what I was doing. I was already in the streets, in the field, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Like I put in the work. Like I had book bags in the clubs, just running around, doing crazy shit, with a bunch of wolves around, in New York. MV, what was it? MV Exit?
The clubs.
Wild clubs, like.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of. I respect what they're doing. All of them. I wish them all the best. I have no issue, beef, God forbid, with nobody.
Right.
I'm in my own lane.
Right.
Let them, do that. But social media, social media, it's very different these days. Like anybody can just come to somebody, store and just take a bunch of pics, and post it and say I'm a celebrity jeweler when they, haven't seen a celebrity in their life.
Right.
Even if if they do take care of 1 or 2 people, you're labeled a celebrity jeweler.
Right.
And I don't know about that.
Right.
If I don't look at it that way. I look at it, you have to have a relationship, a bond. You have to, I have relationships with my clientele.
Right.
We have a relationship.
Right. Of course.
You know what I mean? Like, you cursed me the fuck out.
Right.
I cursed you right back out.
We always do. It's our relationship. We just got to accept it.
Same thing.
Right.
Like, I have the same relationship with other people.
Y'all be beefing over jewelry?
No, people over everything.
He wants a certain thing, and if shit don't go right, yo, gang, fuck you. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Come on.
That's that rich life beef.
That's that rich shit.
I'll never go.
No, he never go. He never go. But again, to me, that's relationships. I love it. But
what would you say was your breakout piece? Because every time I walk in your office, it's always the big Jay-Z. Was that the first piece that was ever made? And that's a 2-part question. Was that one of the? Because remember when Jay wore that shit, he was like killing Mr. T.
Right.
Right. The first time was that your first breakout piece? And wait, let's just stick with that one for now.
No.
That
was not my breakout. At that moment, it was.
Right.
Yes. But
because that's the first of its. That's the second question.
First of its kind.
First of its kind.
Mm-hmm. Like World Guinness Book of Records tried to call me and put it up. I called them. I'm like, sir, can I do this? And he was like, no. I'm like, okay.
Wow.
And I said no.
Wow. So you tried to get it in the World Book of Records?
No, they called me.
They called you.
They called me.
And then you asked Jay, and Jay was like,
I'm not doing it without his. I don't do that shit,
He seemed like he don't want to.
I don't play that game.
Yeah.
But I believe my first breakout piece was nothing crazy, nothing big. It was for the one who really put me on was Angie Martinez.
Angie Martinez.
And
switch the noise for Angie. Just let bass. Yes.
Now my big breakout was when I was 18, 19 years old. That's how I met everybody.
So how did you meet Angie?
So thank you. I think I don't know. I guess I was in some club or something, and somebody was just like, "Yo, we have a video shoot." When she was rapping,
right.
That song.
I could go.
I
had you got joints.
She got.
I love it.
She's a
legend.
Gold.
So I was very new at this. At that time, video shoots. They say be there at 2:00. I'm like, fucking be there at 1:40.
Right.
Like, waiting around. This shit started at 10 o'clock
Her people
at night.
telling you that? Her people telling you that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm thinking, I'm very, at that time, professional, be there on time. I'm fucking there 20 minutes early.
Right.
Bruh, shit start 10 hours later.
6 o'clock. Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm like, this shit is crazy. I'm like, I'm sitting in the trailer, whatever. But before all of that had happened, Angie she had the Animal House records at that time. So
Sicario, the artist.
Yeah. So she's like, I want a house with, just a house. Make me a house and this and that. And this was when she was on Hot 97.
Right.
So I was like, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna make this thing.
A house jewelry.
The house. No, so it was a pendant. It was like a house.
Okay.
It was called House something. I forgot the name.
Right.
House ENT or something like that.
No, yeah, it was Animal House.
Animal House.
Yeah, Animal House was the name of my joint. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So I was like, all right, bet, let me do my thing. So and there was like a record player in the like where the window was supposed to be. So I took that and I just made it spin.
Right.
Back in those times.
Right.
Who the fuck did that?
Nobody had it spinning.
Yeah, that was before the spinning.
That was before the spinning. So I made it spin. And the record, you could take it on and off in the needle.
Right.
So I did that. And I presented it to her and it was like, oh shit. Pecos was really fat at that time. He's not so fat anymore. I love you, bro.
Big up fat Pecos. He's skinny now, but he's halfway skinny.
He's all right.
Go ahead.
So then I delivered it, and from there they were like, "Oh, listen, we have a video shoot. Come to the video shoot."
Right.
That's where I met J-Lo. That's where I met Joe Crack, and everybody was in there.
Right.
And that's how it all started with that.
Right.
And
what did you have a shop at that time?
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
I had a booth at on the Diamond District. I had a booth inside of an exchange. I took the whole back.
Right.
It was nothing crazy. It was about this big, like the table, like right here.
Right.
Nothing crazy. 2 showcases.
Right.
And 18, 19 years old, just doing what I was doing.
Right.
And funny, crazy story. After that video shoot, I packed up. It was like 2, 3 in the morning, and I get back to the office the next day, and I'm going through the stuff. I don't write anything down. Invoice this.
Right.
Just fucking throw everything in the bag, and we'll figure it out.
Right.
I did write, certain things down, big pieces.
Mm-hmm.
I come back, 5-carat studs each.
Wow.
Gone, not in my bag.
Wow.
I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I said, it's over.
Right.
It just started, I'm done.
Right.
That's a lot of money. Back then, 5 carats each was like 200 grand.
Wow.
If not more. I'm like, I'm fucked.
Right.
A couple of hours later, my head is down like this. Fucking Pecos walks in through the door.
Right. Had him on.
Fucking walks in. He's like, what happened? I didn't know him from a hole in the wall back then. I just met the guy.
Right.
I don't know him.
Right.
I'm thinking, motherfuckers, in my head, you fucking slime. I'm fucking like, you piece of shit.
Right.
He's like, you good? I'm like, nah, bro, I lost my earrings over there. I don't know what to do. He's like, these?
Right.
I'm like,
wow.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
I'm like, wow. Shout out to Pecos for that. Bro.
Now, let me ask you. So a person starting out, do you borrow the jewelry on consignment until you sell it? Yes. All right, cool. So how does that go? So a person that's coming up?
Oh, in this business, you need relationships.
Right.
It's all about relationships. Mm. You can make it or break it with your name.
Right.
Yes, it's good to have the money. You can do cash memos.
Right.
You bring them whatever 100 G's, and you take 100 G's worth of shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you come back, you drop off the jewelry minus whatever you sold, and they give you the difference. In my situation, most of it is where I just come and take whatever the fuck I want.
Right.
Not back then. Back then it was here, take a little here. You can't. You're young, relax.
Right.
You don't have insurance, nothing.
Right.
You're just starting out.
Right.
But that's how usually it's all about building a relationship with the vendors, with your, with the ones who are the OGs in the game.
Right.
You're just not just gonna come out of nowhere and just.
But how do you even get that credential to even get a little bit from the beginning?
Yeah.
Family. It's
seems like
somebody
it's
who knows somebody.
Network of people.
It's a family. If somebody brings you in, like my boy Mike. Like Lee knows my brother Mike. Like
Lee knows everybody.
Yeah. No, but Mike knows Mike like that. That's my boy. That's my brother. Like I brought him in.
Okay.
Like I brought him in. I'm like, bro, this is what you're doing. This is what it's gonna be.
Right.
Like everywhere I go, he's with me. Everybody knows that's like my face. Yo, he needs something. Give it to him.
Right.
I just get that phone call. Because somebody used to do that for me. So now I'm his. his guy. Before it was somebody else for me. That was my guy. You know, so that's how it trickles down. You know, you got to bring them in, and you know, again, it's family. It's a family of family.
You get made.
Like, you know, conciliarity, fucking round table gangster shit. Sometimes, you know, that's what it comes down to.
No, watch it, because I know in 2025. I got the hardest shit in 2025. I don't know about 2024.
That right there. Nah, but piece-wise...
I get watches to commemorate my times. You know what I mean? This was something big for me.
And I'm going to tell you guys a story about this shit.
Lego was my favorite cartoons.
Wow.
Yeah, but show the microphone.
Okay, yeah. You got to show me this shit. I don't know what the fuck to do.
Give me.
Help me with all this.
Crazy.
Holy
shit. That's crazy. That's dope.
He calls me. He's like, G, I'm in the Lego movie. I'm doing. I'm like, all right.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Let me
doing?
tell you something. I put you under stress for this piece.
No. You, bro. He like, Gabe.
I went so hard for this piece. Like, I'm telling you.
Look, you see your chain?
Yeah.
You see your little chain?
Wow. Because I didn't have no idea since the grenades, like how to be different.
The Newport chain was
Newport chain was embarrassing though. It was half embarrassing.
It was weird.
That's the reason why.
Why?
It was because listen to me. I put real cigarettes in there.
Here, you got the microphone right there. It has other pieces like in the movie. He has Ace of Spade bottle and a cup. So I have that too. It's getting finished. So he can put the Ace of Spade in here. And then the cup in here. Woo! So if I had more time, I would make the arms come off, put different arms. It was just a whole intricate shit going on here. So I call him. I'm like, bro, I sent him all the Legos. There's 16,000 pieces. I said, bro, pick the 10 you want. He said, for what? I'm like, we're gonna integrate into this chain.
Wow.
So I took this.
That's a unique piece.
And I took the Legos, and you can actually do one of these. You know, you can.
Oh, you can stack it.
You can stack it. Like,
You can
stack the shit.
2025, bro.
He got 2025 right now.
2025 off.
No, he set it off.
I don't care what.
They gotta come real crazy correct with this one. So, and then.
Oh no, he told me to call Pharrell and to tell Lego at first. I said I know Pharrell. He might beat me to the punch.
The only reason I said that.
He might go get his own shit, man. Now I look like I'm biting over him.
The only reason I said that because J Balvin.
It's
crazy.
J Balvin has the Astro Boy. But I made that now is an auction somewhere. Was it Jupiter? Something
yeah, but he wasn't an Astro Boy the movie.
No.
So I'm different.
The only reason I said let's do the NDA was because Balvin is so straight shooter. He wants permission of the artist for his pendant.
I'm the artist. I want permission.
So that's your artist.
They made me.
They made him.
They called me.
They called him. So I was just like, hey.
But I'm
we should do that.
to Pharrell now, like, but after I got my shit done, I swear to God, you know how it is sometimes. Somebody be like, what?
I just did.
I didn't want to tell Buster, nobody. I was talking to Buster today. I was like, nah, I'm not telling them.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's insane, bro. That's hard.
Right.
First of all, the fact that you was in that movie, because I was in the theater and I texted you while I was in the theater, seeing. And you got to understand of when we became to know NORE was CNN.
CNN,
was like you was a different guy then.
Yes.
And if you think of then, and not only that, your own experience in the movie theater changed your whole fucking life, your whole trajectory. And I'm sitting here with my son watching the Lego movie.
Salud. Keep going.
And NORE is right there. Salud.
You didn't know I was in the movie, or you knew I was in the movie?
No, I knew you was in the movie. Once I got wind of what the movie was, like how can NORE not be in it? You know what I'm saying? And I think they started letting out the trailers. But then actually seeing it on the big screen, and then the way that Pharrell, and he's always been gracious and gave it up for you, but really gives you that lane of like, yo, NORE was the one who trusted me enough
he put him on
to let me produce. Because he had production before
he did everything.
But nobody trusted him enough.
It's truly like how I said it in the movie.
In the movie,
he said to me, yo, let me produce you.
Exactly.
Like, not let me make a beat for you. And and I'm the hot dude at the time. I got the #1 record in New York. So I could have easily been like, shut the fuck up. But for some reason, I know I sound like a genius now, but I was then. Because it happened. I looked at him and I was like, but Chad was there too, because I hate when I just say that.
Pharell.
Yeah, it's the Neptunes at the time.
This is Neptune. So Chad was there too. I think they both deserve the credit on this. And they were just looking at me, although Chad didn't say much, but he was like, he looked at me, damn, I'm mad that y'all can look at it and I can't. I keep looking at all y'all looking at it.
It says Negro all over.
What'd you say?
It says Negro all over.
Nah, this is a Lego.
Nah, that's not Lego.
Nah.
Appreciate it.
But so I'll tell you, y'all both the funny story. Pharrell never tells me I'm in a Lego movie. The whole time. By the way, I didn't feel bad. Because I was telling all y'all, he didn't tell me he was in a Lego movie. I'm sitting next to Teddy Riley.
That's my guy.
In the premiere. And Teddy Riley leans over to me and goes, did he tell you he was in this movie? Right. I said, hell no. He said, I feel good too. I said, he didn't tell you? He said, no. I said, I feel good too.
So he just had you like if he was shooting a documentary.
Yeah.
And explaining.
I mean, you know what?
But coached you through the...
For me personally, I know it's going to sound crazy. But I'm glad that he ain't tell me because I would have tried to act like a Lego.
Right.
I don't know how a Lego acts, but I would have tried to be like cartoonish. Like I would have tried to overdo my job as opposed to this. So like he said it was an animated. Come on, bro, but you don't not animated. You gotta say Lego, man. Like you know what I'm saying?
He thought it was just a cartoon.
You weren't really paying attention to what they were. You just knew it was for him.
I'm gonna tell you right now. This crazy guy calls me. Yo, I need this in. What, 2 weeks?
Yes, I did.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's tripping.
Yes,
I had this shit ready. Yeah. I had this shit ready before Christmas, and he just left.
Yeah, then I
was like, yo, where you at?
Then I went to Europe.
Then he went to Europe, and
you wasn't on time. You wasn't that Ja Rule song. Always on time. You was.
I'm like, what the fuck? I took it home. My son is 1.5.
He wanted it.
I sent him a picture. My son wearing the shit.
But this is the killer part, the Lego, and then the Lego could stick on all the shit. Yeah.
If I really had some time, if I really had time, I would have made this where every part can come off, and it can stack like an actual Lego. He didn't give me time.
But I'm an alcoholic. I don't want every part to come off.
I think you are officially redeemed. For the Newport.
For the Newport chain, yeah.
I think we can take the Newport chain off the record.
I'm gonna tell you. It was just too ignorant. Real Newports was hanging.
That shit's fire.
Yeah,
I thought it was kind of dope, but it was kind of crazy at the same time.
But you know what it was? It was. I swear to God, it was this. It was this old white lady.
He would pull out
I
would have put a lighter in that motherfucker.
That lived in my building at the time, and
that's the whole point.
I didn't realize how I could say it, how niggerish the Newports was. And then, so she looked at the chain, and I didn't really look at her looking into the chain. I just opened it up, and I pulled out a Newport, and I could see her face, and I was embarrassed at that moment, but
someone in the building.
Yeah, no, this is not that building. I lived in a whole other building at that time. So, I
remember I was working at Double XL at the time. And we used to have a column in the front of the book for whoever had the craziest piece.
Right.
So you definitely earned one of those spots.
Yeah, right. And the Newport chain.
Yeah, the Newport chain.
2025, I'm not gonna lie.
I know, 2025.
I had to set it off right. Let the people know.
You gotta do a photo shoot for that.
That's bananas. Piece-wise, jewelry. But jewelry-wise.
Right.
Like diamond-wise.
Who got the best?
The Saudi royal family, what I just posted on my...
Really?
Damn.
The Saudi royal family. How easy is it to do business with them?
And they come all the way over here to work with you? That's crazy.
Right.
I know them for a very long time.
Right.
Very long
What you
time.
make for them? I didn't see it.
It's like a $3 million.
We're not even allowed to see it.
I posted it. I'm not going to say what it's for, who the family are. It's just that, all I said was, 2025 is nice.
Right.
Does it say Crown Prince on it?
No. I can't
now I want to ask you about these watches.
Yes, sir.
Now that I'm a part of the watch world consider them bracelets.
Oh, what?
They consider them bracelets.
Right.
They consider it jewelry pieces. We got the Pristine one, which I have one. Big up the Pristine. We got the Ivy & Co. And it's basically just a bust down. You can't really tell the time. There's no movements. There's no open back piece. What do you feel about these pieces? It's very popular in hip hop because it's shiny, and people who don't actually know watches mess with it.
I've made my own watches as well. I'm in the process of making my own as well right now. But it's, again, like you said, it's for status.
Right.
Okay. But I think these days people are, with the internet and everything that's going on during COVID, people seeing what's going on with jewelry, with watches, how everything just skyrocketed through the roof.
Right.
Diamond pieces, in my opinion, is if you have extra fuck around money, it's cool.
Right.
If you have fuck you money, all right, cool, whatever.
Right.
But in my opinion, if
because
plain, simple,
real watches, you want to protect, you want, it's moving. I have the Richie Mille on too. By the way, 6501, 6501,
So
I'm outside.
Watch right there, back in COVID days,
right?
Or I forgot when that came out. That was like $500,000 watch,
right?
Maybe more,
right.
And said the scarcity, you can see where it was going with all this,
right?
Everybody that's doing their own thing, I wish them all the best. Again, I know Avi, I know everybody.
Right. I know him too. I love him too.
Everybody's doing their thing. God bless. But again, for me, for myself personally, if I'm investing in
a Patek,
prestigious brand.
Right.
Patek, Richie, Rollies.
Right.
You understand? I'm not even my own brand. You understand? Because at the end of the day, I know what's going to end up happening. My clientele is going to come back and say, "Hey, Gabe, I want trade this in, or I want this and that."
Right.
I cannot say no.
Right.
You cannot say no.
Right.
Because we have to say no because we want it to circulate within the market.
Right.
Just like Rolex. You can't go into fucking Rolex back then and say, "Hey, I want to trade this in." Now they could do that.
Right. Rolex can trade in watches?
Now they do that. Some
What
stores,
the fuck out of here? No, I never heard
stores,
that.
they buy it back from you.
Really?
They do the trading with you.
Obviously, you have to get it from them.
You have to get it from them. Yeah, but they do that now. They never did that before.
I never heard of that.
And I believe it's because of guys like myself and the rest of the jewelers. We've did that, and listen, at the end of the day, these ADs, these authorized dealers, they cannot live without us.
Right.
They need us.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Which you consider
needs these journalists.
Right.
To,
y'all consider the gray market?
We're the gray market.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
We're absolutely the gray market, but they need us because we're the ones that set the tone and set the price for the secondary market.
Right. Is it true that Frank Muller tried to actually sue all of the jewelers, and that's the reason why Frank Muller's basically?
I heard that, but I also heard he went crazy and
he didn't want y'all selling his watches on the gray market, right?
I never heard that.
Okay, what did you hear? Why he's out of business?
I just heard from the grapevines that he just lost it.
Right.
And just the brand again. We are the brand. I am my own brand in my company. Everybody is their own. Like Jacob is his thing. Everybody does their own thing. They're the face.
Right.
So I feel like I heard that something happened. You understand? There was personal stuff that he was dealing with, and after that, it just went in the toilet. I honestly think Frank Mullers at that time were hot as shit, dope.
Yeah.
Like they were on that level of getting to where Richard Mille is today.
Right.
From my opinion.
Never did.
And I think
and now I definitely don't.
No, they're coming back slowly. They're coming back slowly.
Ooh, I won't be on the Frank Miller chain.
Major discount, obviously. The discount is crazy, 40, 50 off, whatever. But still, I have a few in my office. I carry a few.
Okay.
But I think, honestly, Frank Muller was the first one who had that crazy looking shape.
Right.
That Richie has now.
Right.
They had that weird looking shape. That they have now, that Richie has now.
So I'm gonna ask you about the Frank Muller hip hop. When did Rap Radar fuck up?
That was a good pivot.
That was a great pivot, though. Great pivot, bro.
I didn't even notice like that.
Oh, he's the Frank.
You didn't get his segue into that?
I don't know about that. I'm gonna leave you guys to that. I don't know why. What happened?
What happened with that?
That's your man, dog.
That's
your man.
But let's recap what happened because I don't know. I know he went on a rant and that's all I know about.
No. I'm not even saying that because I seriously believe that it wouldn't have been a rant or wouldn't have been this negativity or this feeling if had Rap Radar stayed together, and just kept putting out episodes. So
you mean him and B-Dot staying together?
Yeah, I believe that when them not being together, it left that hole in the game for us to keep going, for all the artists to keep having podcasts and things like that. So when do you think that Rap Radar went wrong? I know I said it funny before.
You did say it funny.
Yeah, but
I get what you're saying. First of all, shout out to B-Dot.
Shout out to B-Dot.
Shout out to both.
Yeah.
Rap Radar. I mean, what they did and what they built was amazing. I mean, maybe there's space for it to come back.
Yeah.
But the climate, from what I think the climate changed. Like your question that you got to, how did it get to the point for rappers to take over?
No, I'm saying Rap Radar particularly. Then I'm gonna get to that rapper question. Right. Yeah.
It's tough out here, bro.
Yeah,
it is tough. And this is me not speaking on them, and we can get into specifics. I won't dodge none of your questions.
Right.
But as somebody, as a journalist, somebody who was trained in journalism, who came up in journalism, it's tough, bro.
Right.
It's tough to create content that is dependent on guests week after week. Y'all do it. Right? And but it's guests, but people show up for NORE because NORE is the one that we all know. People show up for EFN because EFN is like the backbone and the journalistic integrity and the one that you a wild boy, you gonna keep shit on track. You know what I'm saying? And the dynamic.
Oh, he a wild boy too.
The dynamic is amazing. Right? It gets hard for journalists to like week after week do a show, especially after COVID. A lot of the look, I'm gonna speak from my personal experience. I was at look, man, I used to be at XXL, I used to be at MTV, I used to be, I'm still at Genius. I used to have a show at Genius. They cut the production budgets. So people aren't investing in journalists the same way, you know, not to say y'all that it's easier because y'all work hard, but it's easier to be like, you know what, I'm gonna put my money on the NORE, on the EFN, on the Cam and the Mace, on the Joe Budden, but no disrespect, while we was out here making our bones, y'all was on 106 in Park, you know what I'm saying, and that don't mean that you, because plenty of rappers come in and fail. You got to put the work in with it. It just got hard, and people started to divest.
That's my point right there, exactly. Like exactly what he just said, but from my side. I put in all that work. We put in, my generation, came up. We put in all that work. You understand? With Dipset, with Jewels, with all them crazy shit that they were. We started that trend with all that crazy jewelry they had on Cam with the crazy world. I did that. You understand? That all that
the world that spin, don't spin.
The world that spin. It's a battery in it.
Okay, wow.
We did all that first.
Wow.
We did that first. You understand what I'm saying? Like when he was on the Source, or was it XSL, whatever it was, all his shit on. The light, the little light. You understand? My family did all that. You understand? So I feel like we did all that because we, like you said, you understand? You set a certain standard, and from there, your next generation, we set the groundwork, the foundation, so that these youngins can now, do what they're doing right now. You understand?
Yeah.
I got an Instagram. I did this shit with no Instagram, like I said in the beginning. Nothing. Nothing.
Do you think it's easier for the jewelers now because they have Instagram?
You know why? They fucking DMing motherfuckers. Yo, holla at me. Bro, I'm in your fucking face in the club, bro. I'm in your face. I'm in the club. Back then you said, where you at? In the studio. Boom. I'm there. Quad. I'm here. I run around in the city.
But you got to play the game how the game is to be played today. Like the old days.
I'm not hating on them.
The old days is the old days.
I'm not hating on them. I'm just saying we did all that. Like, I don't think, my honest opinion, you understand, no disrespect to none of these jewels out here, but if they were living in my time, they would get eaten up real quick.
I think it's the same with hip hop.
It's the
same thing with hip hop, but to me, it's about how do you adjust. Like for me, I was like, oh wow, I don't have my show on Genius anymore. I don't have my show on Amazon anymore. Cool. None of these corporations, none of these companies is going to tell me when I can go on air or when I can't.
So you started your own shit.
So I started
Which
my own.
I think is dope, by the way.
Where it's just me. It's not even dependent on the guests. It's just whatever I want to talk about, whatever I want to give my opinion about. But people who come to my shit know that they're going to get somebody who's not like sensationalized. Like I broke down the whole Drake and Kendrick battle, and
it's necessary what you do.
We all have bias, but it's like, man, like somebody got to call it straight. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody got to call this shit straight. So fuck it, that's my lane. But it's like you can't complain about the playing field because the game is the game.
And it's not exclusive. It's not exclusive to hip hop. This is indicative of what's happening in media, in journalism across the board.
Exactly. And that's what I hate. And that's what I hate about my industry. Is that they're always beefing about clientele. Somebody takes somebody's client, bruh. Your fucking name is not written on his forehead. That's, NORE is Gabe's client only. Bro. If somebody's trying to holler at him and they trying to work something out, cool, go ahead. You understand? But in this industry of mine, is so cutthroat. It's worse than the fucking dope game.
I be seeing y'all fake beefing, but then y'all all be at the same bar mitzvahs. I be like, yo,
we family.
I be like, they don't got
They
beef
like
at all.
politicians.
They don't got beef at all. They cut briskets together. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't see y'all. I follow all y'all.
They be trading pieces, man.
I see it.
That's the thing. Listen, we have a respect for each other at the end of the day, but there's I don't know, like there's no beef.
Right.
I don't think there's a hatred.
Right.
Because that's a nasty word to use. I think there's just competition, and I love competition.
Nah, but it be some haters too.
They definitely are.
Is Elliot Wilson a hater? Straight up.
Or disgruntled?
Just straight up.
Yeah.
He is?
Is it the same to be a hater and to just be disgruntled?
I can't. I told you I wasn't going to dodge. He's just to set me up, but we're not going to dodge questions. He's in a tough position, man.
Because it's like he can't hide it at this point.
Yeah.
Like I believe he's been a hater, like in a way because he thought he was the best. He thinks he's the best, and in a lot of ways he is. Right?
You said I was the greatest when you introduced me. Now you flip flopping. I don't know.
No. But I'm saying, like,
yo, get him some more eggs.
No problem. So,
I need a drunk.
So let me ask you from your perspective, from what you see, and what you dealt with on your own. You believe Elliot Wilson is a hater, straight up?
Man, I think he got hate in his blood.
I mean, the Elliot Wilson train came from jokingly about him.
Yeah.
But I think it comes from his competitive nature. I think it's him wanting to be the best at every single moment.
Right.
And I'm not saying nothing that I haven't shown him personally. I think at times he'll step on other people's moments. Like sometimes it's just not your. It's not your day.
Right.
It is not your week. It's not your month. And he'll step on other people's moments, but that's his competitive drive. Like, he don't give a fuck about nothing but this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it was competitive when he was winning. It doesn't seem competitive when you losing. When you losing and you hating.
But is he really losing?
I mean, not losing. You just not out there.
Right.
You're not out there.
I see him out there.
He needs God.
He's out there. Listen, he has the bigger picture. Shout out to DJ Head and Jeremy Heck. So he's out there every week. It's just he's not getting the
I don't see it.
No, I see it. I see
You see it?
I
got TV. Well, I don't see it.
It's not on TV. Like,
you know what I mean? Instagram is TV, motherfucker. I don't see it on the gram.
He's just not getting the
Don't trust the
interviews, but
algorithm.
I don't think artists are doing interviews anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we got our own shit.
And if so, like,
yes.
Here's the thing. Even outside of Elliot, or here's the thing that I don't know that people, maybe he doesn't understand, or maybe just hasn't articulated in that way. There are a few of us who are fans of good journalism, right?
Yes, yeah.
But that's niche.
Okay.
Everybody who bought the Source XXL Vibe back in the day, it wasn't because they was fans of journalism.
Right.
It was because their favorite rapper was on the cover.
Right.
It just so happened you got good articles, you got good information, you got good whatever.
Carlos Rodriguez, right? He was writing for them back then?
who? Carlito,
Yeah. So, but that's where everybody went. If you wanted to see your favorite rapper, you went to XXL Vibe, Source, or you turned on Rap City.
But can I, really quick,
like
sorry.
there were a few places.
But could it be because we just took it for granted? It was always there. Journalism was there. Now it's not there. So the generation now doesn't even know what it was.
But what I'm saying
is YouTube is very important.
And you may be different because it's niche. But the millions of people every month that was buying that magazine didn't give a fuck about good journalism. It was because 50 was on the cover and 50 is my favorite rapper.
Right, that's what sold the mag, right.
So they had the attention.
Right.
Magazines
We
are
advertised
out.
on that page because of that reason.
Right.
I advertised in there.
Would you advertise there now?
No.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the market share. They don't have the large audience that they have.
Right.
You know who has that audience?
Right.
You do.
Consignment.
Right. Yeah.
The streamers.
Yeah.
Aiden Ross.
Yeah.
So when they
Social
see
media.
Drake go to Aiden Ross or Nicki go to Consignment,
Right.
and it's no shade to Consignment. It's not because they're going there for a good interview. It's not because they're going there to have fun. But it's because they have the most
Audience.
eyes. They have the audience. And I want to get my message across. I'm going to the biggest audience.
You know what I
Nobody
call
gave
it?
a fuck about journalism. It was it's niche.
You know what I call it now? Mediatainment. Like it's
Yeah.
media, but entertainment. Like it's more entertaining than like having to deliver like A-class journalism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that still exists, and that should still be a world for that.
I think it's dangerous not to have real journalism.
So
Yes.
but like you
I
were
agree.
saying, and I agree, but this is a problem bigger than hip hop.
Yeah.
Look at what's going on. First of all, the political arena is way worse.
Wild.
If you look what Elon is saying on Twitter every day, see that?
My bad.
We mentioned
All over.
Elon.
Look at, yo, now your shit's turning white now in the beard.
Oh shit!
Fast forward the time.
Sorry, Rob. Sorry.
No, but if you look at what Elon is talking about, Elon is saying every day on Twitter, there's no more media.
Right.
You guys are the media. They're dismantling media. They're trying to discredit CNN. They're trying to discredit all this legacy media and put it in the hands of the people. And while I believe in democracy, do you see the crazy shit that's going on Twitter? Do you see the fucking idiots who
on Twitter?
Shit? Yeah,
I love it.
all over social media.
Yeah,
but it's fucking dumb.
But media dismantled itself too.
Right.
By giving in to greed as well for advertisers.
It became entertainment. It became entertainment.
Driving over here, I was watching something, and they just said that I'm not into this political stuff, but I just saw that where Zuckerberg just put what's his name, Dana White.
Yeah, Dana White
as on board of Meta.
Get the fuck out of here.
You know why? You know why?
No.
Because he wants to get into good graces with who? Mr. Trump.
He is because
they're him and
threatening
Dana like this, and to get to Trump, you either have to be cool with Elon, or you have to be
because they
cool
want to
with,
break up Facebook. They want to break it up.
So now they have all these lawsuits as whatever. I do.
But that's with TikTok, though, right?
No. TikTok's
But
banned.
but the whole thing about TikTok is now
they're banning it.
But they're trying to also buy it.
To sell it. They want to buy it.
No, but they got in Trump's good favor now. He's coming back to it.
The guy, I forget his name. I know he's out there trying to buy it. The guy from Shark Tank.
Yeah, Kevin O'Leary.
Okay, Kevin O'Leary.
He's trying to buy it.
By TikTok?
He's trying to buy TikTok because they want the servers to be in the United States.
Right.
The servers are not here because that's the algorithm that shows what the fuck's going on. My daughters are sitting there. I'm like, get the fuck off the phones. I literally have to take these shits and just fucking
even bigger than that. If TikTok gets sold to O'Leary and Dana White on the board for Instagram,
and O'Leary campaign for Trump.
Right. O'Leary for
I saw
Trump.
that.
Dana's trying to
he's Canadian.
They're trying to cozy up to Trump.
He campaigned for Trump.
Elon's South African, but he's running shit right now.
He's running shit.
Right. So now the Republicans and basically the Trump regime imagine control. Trump's whole thing has been like, fuck media.
Right.
Watch what I do to y'all. Right. CNN did me wrong. This one did me. Watch what I do to y'all. And now he potentially controls.
They did lie. They proved it.
Potentially he controls through Elon Twitter or X or whatever, Instagram through Zuckerberg and Dana White and O'Leary and TikTok. What does that look like?
Yeah, it's wild.
So it's bigger than it's way bigger than him.
I just think they just want everybody to have a fair chance to speak their mind and speak their truth, because even Zuckerberg admitted 2016 he fucking blacklisted and didn't allow any of Trump stuff to go on that platform. He said it. He literally said it. That's why.
Yeah, the media did it to themselves, and now it's
That's why
a back and forth.
Niggas have been on this since they called it Meta. I don't know. It ain't been the same. It ain't been the same since the name changed.
That shit's grown, man.
Yeah, it's grown.
I mean, they're doing things on Instagram now where they make.
Remember, they own Instagram, right?
AI,
They own
Yeah, I've been on Instagram. Oh, that's Meta?
Yeah.
I did not been
So
on
they
Meta.
have AI accounts, like they look like real people, but they put up AI pictures. They like why do we need that? How many
wild.
millions of people are on Instagram? I don't need to interact with I want more human interaction. I don't need AI friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just kind of questions like what
and AI that monetizes itself.
Yeah, they also own WhatsApp.
Yeah, they own WhatsApp also.
Yeah.
Some young kid.
Nigga said Mega. You the only one.
Mega.
He said La Mega. He owns La Mega.
La Mega sa Mega.
But so it's way bigger than hip hop when you talk about what's going on in media. It's going on in media across the board, and we're gonna have to learn to adapt. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For me, I'm gonna take the slow road. I did my YouTube channel, man. I do my videos. I try to respond to every single comment, as long as it's not like some super troll shit. Like, I'm trying to build community of real people, and I might not have the viewership of a Drink Champs. But I just started my shit. It wasn't even for a full year. I got 2.2 million views.
Wow.
No, I've seen it.
And I was doing it
dope.
for 8 months, and I respond to every fucking comment. You know what I'm saying? And reach out to every person. Like, that's the way I'm gonna have to build it. Like,
And what you get more action on, your Instagram or your YouTube?
My YouTube.
YouTube?
Yeah.
More than Instagram?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you're using your Instagram to drive to your YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so the longer form version is on the YouTube.
Yeah. Well, what I actually do is probably a dumb way to do it. I don't want my Instagram audience to feel like they're getting clips from YouTube. I gotta do a competitive advantage. So I'll shoot a long form thing of me talking on YouTube, and I'll shoot a separate video for Instagram where I just like truncate it. Let me just give you the 90-second version of what I said over the course of 10 minutes.
More work,
so
but
it's definitely more work, and I'm editing it myself. I'm doing all this shit myself. It's definitely more work, but I'm like, I want to feel present. My competitive advantage is like, yo, you're gonna feel like you talking to me. You're gonna feel like when you getting an opinion from me, whether you agree or disagree, you know that it's the real me.
It's reliable.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's reliable. And also it's dope that you're doing the comic book stuff too. You have
that's just out of love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, Raphael, this is, what was the name of the company before? Raphael Gabriel. Raffaello, right? Okay. Now it's Nova?
Nova, yeah.
What's going on? Y'all went y'all separate
Yeah,
ways?
it's just on our own separate.
Okay. That's it? Nothing? Yo, you ain't got no rap beef?
No diss tracks
Ain't no diss tracks going on?
Yeah, you know why? I would never. It's like you and
Capone.
Why the fuck would say anything bad about you?
No. You don't.
guys started together.
But you could explain without having to.
It's like he said. Two different, two different opinions on everything. I'm young and it's older person. I feel like I'm just getting in my prime. I feel like I'm just getting it. I was always a late bloomer. Growing up as a kid. I feel like I'm ready to fuck shit up right now.
Right.
I feel it.
So what's the plans with Nova?
Miami.
Okay.
Store's coming.
Okay.
A couple of months.
Oh yeah.
Here. Just a lot of things happen. I can't really,
Okay.
There's a lot of good shit, a lot of good stuff happening.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
And what we got going next?
For me, it's just continuing to build this YouTube that I got, Rob Markman on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm gonna start adding interviews in the mix, but again, I'm not. It's not gonna be interviews every day.
Based. Yeah,
It's not interviews based. It's like special interviews. Like it's gonna be like a Barbara Walters special. Like
just keep it organic. Whatever you feel for that week, you know what I mean. That's what I
it's just whatever
I think.
Whatever I feel like doing, and then music. Still, I'm putting. I just put out a project.
Wow.
Nice.
At the end of December called "We'll Never Be This Young Again."
Wow.
And
You won't.
independently.
Yeah.
That's my thing. To me, it was a universal truth. It was like because I put it out on my birthday, December 30th, and I'm like, man, if you 8 or if you 80,
Right.
you will never be this young again. So it's just a reminder to like live life to the fullest. And I really came up with that concept after we lost Hovane Hilton, our brother, man. Like that was just sudden. Nobody seen that coming.
Right.
It was like 1 minute he was here, the next minute he wasn't here, and
he was managing you, right?
Yeah.
He started me off, man. Like I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think people was gonna accept me coming from journalism and then doing the raps, And I was on the Breakfast Club one time, and Charlamagne kind of dared me to kick a freestyle, and I did it.
Right.
And they was like, "No, that shit was kind of hot. Like you be rapping for real." And so when I came out the interview, Hovane was like, "Yo, we could put a record out, right?" And then he hooked me up with Ghazi and Nima. We put out my first project, Right the Dream.
Right.
And so Hovane was the one that showed me it was possible, because I was like, man, like they not gonna sign. They gonna advance me and they gonna sign. I don't even got a record. And he was like, "Watch this."
Right.
And Hovane put it together. God bless him. And so he showed me it was real. And so when he was gone, I kind of like it hit me for a second. But it's like, man, we'll never be this young again. You got to live each day like it's your last.
Fullest.
You got to do everything that you ever wanted to do.
What a good guy, Hovane.
He was an amazing dude, man. And you can't find nobody to say nothing crazy. Even the people who may have talked crazy about him when he was here, that shit stopped when he was, because it was sobering, because people saw what was real. Nah, you know what?
Right.
I was tripping. If you had a problem with Hovane, you were the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Our show is about giving people their flowers. We wanted to give y'all both y'all flowers while y'all can smell them.
Something positive here.
Y'all flowers while y'all can handle them. Thoughts while you can think them. And your drinks while you can drink them.
That's crazy.
I don't watch this show. I watch so many episodes of Drink Champs and seeing everybody get their flowers, man. This is crazy.
This is beautiful.
It's beautiful.
You guys are the best, man.
Yeah,
You guys are the best.
yeah.
It's beautiful. Wow, I'm gonna put it right here.
So, is Jacob the jeweler the greatest hip hop jeweler that came from hip hop, built his name from hip hop of all time? As of now,
No.
he's not.
Tito.
Tito ain't still
It
gold.
doesn't matter. It all started with Tito.
Tito smile every time you see your faces.
Right?
Come on.
Cases, cash
Cash,
more than
cash,
outfit,
exactly.
dog.
It all
What did I
started
say?
with Tito.
I said they had Coliseum
Okay.
jewelry, no Tito tricks. Come on, I said that on Body in the
I
Trunk.
understand.
I said that on Body in the
Don't get
Trunk,
me
so
wrong.
I'm with you.
Don't get me
But-
wrong. Yes, Jacob.
But he had a longer. That's
he
like
had a- he had a run.
that's like comparing Big to Jay, right? With all due respect to Big, you can't because Jay just had a long career because he kept going. Now Big's impact, you could argue Big's impact, but all reality,
Big's not here. If Big was
that's
here,
what I'm trying to say. Jacob, but you talking about Tito? Tito's not here. He's the Biggie kind of jury,
Yeah.
and JJ.
Yeah, Jacob, yeah, definitely.
And then
But
did
the
I
hip-hop-
kill that with the hip hop rap?
Nah, I get it,
And
I
then
get it, I
Jacob
get
is
it, I
like,
get it.
Maybe you could say one's the pioneer and one is
he's still going.
Jacob, in my opinion, you guys put him on.
Right.
100 million%.
Right.
I don't know if he feels this way, but I don't know, but this is my opinion, and I believe this is everyone's opinion. If it wasn't for hip-hop,
Right.
he wouldn't be where he is today.
Right.
Absolutely.
Hip-hop, cattle, it's like
He in soccer now. Yeah.
It's like a,
And Ferrari.
He's out
Yeah.
there.
I got a question. You just kind of sparked something in my mind, if I may.
Yeah, of course.
I know
Yeah,
I'm
please,
a guest.
please, come
Yeah,
on,
I'm
no. You here to ask questions.
But you just said like if it wasn't for hip hop, you know.
Of course, I wouldn't be here either.
Right. That's my bigger question.
wouldn't be here.
What did hip hop do for just the jewelry game? I mean, obviously jewelry is jewelry, kings, queen. Like it's always a big market and a huge market. But what
That's a
did
good
hip hop
question.
do for the jewelers and the jewelry game? And
That's a good question.
It did a lot. I love the hip hop game. Sometimes it's a nasty game, you know, as far as you know, people owe you money and this and that, all the bullshit, the politics. But at the end of the day, if it wasn't for hip hop, if it wasn't for this, these jewelers, all these other guys, they wouldn't be doing what they do on Instagram, flashing and their cribs and houses. They better give up. They better give respect. They give their flowers themselves to hip hop.
Right.
You understand? When I hear they say, "Oh, they didn't do nothing for me. I did it myself." Motherfucker, you didn't do nothing.
Right.
Like they calling you, hey, like you call me, do this for me.
That's right.
You know, they calling, yo, do this for me, because at the end of the day, back in, you know, those days, the kings and the queens, how'd they wear their wealth? Jewelry. They wear their wealth in jewelry. That's how they wear their wealth. So if it wasn't for hip hop, I take my hat off for hip hop, because I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have what I own. I wouldn't. Because from the hip hop, you gotta understand. Then it goes to the ball players. From the ball players, then it goes to
It
the
inspired
corporate.
things.
Then it goes to the corporate. Then it goes here. Then it goes there. Then it goes there. It goes on and on. But where the fuck it started from?
Right.
You started from over there.
Right.
So don't forget about over here.
Right.
Because over there, and that's one thing about Joe Crack, what he said to me many years ago when I was 20 years old.
Right.
When I got him, when he heard about me, and when I met him at Angie's video shoot.
Right. Thank you.
And I still have a picture. I don't know. I'll send it to you after we get done here. Where I'm holding up the TS that I made for him. Young motherfucking Gabe, skinny as a toothpick.
Right.
And he's, you know, big Joe Crack. You know, not like, you know, he lost a lot of weight.
No, he's just Joe now.
He's just Joe now.
Yeah.
So now it's he told me one thing. We were at Jimmy's Uptown.
Yeah.
On 57th Street. And he's sitting down at the long, you know, remember that long table in the back?
Yeah.
He was sitting down, and he's sitting here, I'm sitting here.
It's Say Less now.
Yeah, and he's sitting, he's telling me, yo, G, let me tell you something. He's like, one thing I know about you, my G, if I'm with you, I'm not with you, you're gonna make it. Bro, I was 20 years old. I was a little fucking retard. You understand? I was just getting my feet wet. I didn't understand what I was doing.
Right.
But I don't know, the graces of God, you know, that helped me navigate through everything. You know, those fucking wolves in New York City.
Yeah.
Doing what I was doing.
Especially at that time.
At that time?
Right.
I would have gotten eaten up real quick.
Right.
You know, but I had certain people around me that, you know, just kept everybody at bay. Yo, let the young boy, let him do his thing. And I was gunning. Me and, you know, Jacob,
Okay, we ain't finished. We ain't finished.
Yes.
Is Jacob the greatest jeweler? Right? Because I wanted you to do. I
He
want
said
to give
no,
it.
though. He said
no.
Tito.
No, he said T. But I defended my analogy.
Jewelry, greatest hip hop jeweler.
Yes, hip hop jeweler.
Say your ass, stand on it. Stand whatever your ass is. Don't let him tell
Like you just said right now. Hold on a second.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't listen. I cannot say just yes because he's Jacob the jeweler.
Right.
I'm not doing that. But he's doing his thing with the watches. 100%. We're not saying none of that.
Which is still technically making jewelry.
He's making
it's still
no.
It's still making jewelry. You sound haterish. I'm being honest. Sound a little haterish.
Watches still considered. No, it's not.
I mean, you gotta let the jeweler say that.
Go ahead, please.
When you do insurance policies,
okay.
How much jewelry do you have? Jewelry is metals, precious metal.
Right.
Our watch is precious metal. It's made with precious metal, but there's a movement.
Yes.
Right? There's a name.
Yes.
So these are two separate fucking two
But he's still doing jewelry though, too, though. Okay, all right, cool. I love it. He's hyped now. He's hyped now. He didn't have to do quick time slide. He's hyped now.
Yeah, because every time all my interviews back then, I used to say, yeah. But now I'm like, hold up a second, bro.
Okay.
Like, yes, he's doing this thing with his watches. Nobody's saying anything about that. You understand? Like, yeah, we all mimicked or tried to follow that lane.
Right.
You know, because it was him.
Right.
Me.
Right.
Then it was a couple of other people. Others, and now there's like fucking 20 million people trying to do it. He's done 30 years ago. Right. So I can speak to it because I used to be literally across the street from him. Okay. So jewelry-wise, back then, yes, he was doing his thing, 100%.
Didn't he 100% make the Jesus piece? Like that was him, 100%.
The first person to make the Jesus piece?
Yes.
The first person to...
That couldn't have been him.
Yes,
again, it was not him. It was not him. It was Big.
Big.
It was Big.
Who got him to make it, right?
It was Big.
It was Big who got him to make it, though.
It was Big. Big was the one that put on with the Cuban.
Yes, but yes, Jacob made it, though, right?
It's not like he is the one who made it.
But he didn't invent it.
He didn't invent the shit.
He didn't invent it, what I'm saying.
It was Big's idea. He's correct.
No, it was before Big.
What I'm saying, put it in gold. Put it in gold. That was some hip hop shit. That I invent Newports, but I invent the first fucking jewelry piece.
Who put the diamonds in it?
I believe. Okay.
Obviously, it was
even got
Big's.
rocks and beards and mustache.
It was Big. It was Big's idea. Jacob just put it together.
Okay.
That's it, like an architect.
Okay.
No, you're an architect. You need an architect to build a house. You need constructors to...
Like if you start building other Lego pieces, I built this shit.
You built this
That's
shit.
right. Okay. I like your style. I like your style.
I'm the architect. I'm the architect. I tell my guys.
Google said it was Tito. Jesus piece. See?
Wow.
See? Nah. I ain't gonna argue right
So now my Jesus pieces. My Jesus pieces that I created back in 2014 with Travis. Me and Travis back then collaborated. He was gonna do something with Jacob. He told me, I was like, nah, we're gonna do our own thing.
Right.
I came up with the design. That shit was crazy. I patented that motherfucker.
What, a different design of Jesus?
Oh, you can patent these designs?
I patented my Jesus, where some other clown ass jewelers just copied the shit.
Shots fired.
They got sued. They definitely got sued. Absolutely. So they have to cease and desist real quick, because at the end of the day, that's what I've learned. I've learned that if I make something, I have to be.
Who was it?
Relax, brother.
And I can't. So I took the design of my crown. It's called Crown the King. That's the name of my Jesus design. So it's the halo is my whole concept. Okay. And a certain way the hair is growing on the Jesus.
Okay.
That's what made the patent and the trademark feasible.
It went through, right?
It went through because of that reason.
Right.
Now,
that was the unique of it.
That was the whole uniqueness of it. I can't just take a Jesus head and say, okay, I want to do this. No, what is the unique part of it?
Okay.
So was the crown. It was very unique. Now everybody try to make it a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger. No, bro, it's not happening, because I went from 0 to 100. I got patent on all sizes from that design. Just letting it out there for all the jewelers. Relax, don't get yourself in the lawsuit.
So how about this famous clip on the internet where Dame Dash walks into...
That was my fam, my cousins.
Okay.
Really? You see me, my cousin Avi, my cousin Joe, my cousin Izzy.
He was like, Avi,
Yeah, my cousin Avi.
You didn't make this.
Hold on.
I know
we
your
made
work.
this shit because of Killer, Cam. You know, he wasn't really fucking with those guys over there.
Oh shit.
So he's fucking with us because they're very good. Big Joe, you know Big Joe.
Yeah, okay.
Big Joe was like bringing him to us. You know, at that point, you know, to our family at that time, and he was like, yo, just make this shit for me. And my cousin Avi was like, yo, you sure? Because I don't know if I could do this. That shit is that guy over there.
Right.
I said, nah, bro, you do it. I want your shit done with you.
Because who done the original Rockefeller
Jacob.
piece? Jacob.
Yes, because
Okay.
they didn't let him do it.
Okay.
So then,
all right.
So then we did it, you know.
So
and then,
Jacob's told on y'all.
No.
All right. I'm just.
Maybe, I don't know.
I know your work.
I don't know. So then,
I've seen that clip mad times. I know your work.
So then Dame comes up in there and just with his craziness and you know what he does. But I feel like you said earlier before, like you and Pharell, and you were at the hottest at your, you know, you were the guy.
Right.
And I feel like, because you know I'm in a different journey in my life right now. I'm more spiritual. Because I'm Jewish. I'm, you know, Kabbalah.
Wasn't ready.
More mature.
More mature. I'm more, you know, into studying, you know, reading. So I'm like, it's you are where you are today is because of how you helped others.
Right.
And I believe God, you know, same with Pekkas. He brought me those earrings back.
Right.
Look where he's at.
Right.
Like God, favor for favor.
Right.
Eye for an eye. You do good, you get good. You do good, you get you're a dirty motherfucker. You're gonna get dirty motherfucker
Right,
shit
karma.
done to you.
Karma.
You understand? So I honestly feel like what, like you said earlier with you and Neptunes.
Right.
You know,
but is that a sacred between jewelers? Like, let's talk about y'all side of it. Just y'all making it. Was y'all out of line for that? Because y'all know, like, it's like, all right, cool. This was aligned to Jacob. Like, let's suppose us, right? We made the Drink Champs piece, right? And let's suppose everybody in the crew got Drink Champs pieces, and then it started to catch on. Now, if another jeweler does a Drink Champ piece, is that a violation in between jewelers?
That's between you and your crew. That's your problem.
No. I'm just saying, hold on. I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I'm saying that we all got the Drink Champs pieces, right? But we got them from you.
Right.
And then another jeweler starts making shit for people that's not in our crew. Is that a violation amongst jewelers?
He just starts making them for no reason. Nobody from your crew went there?
Yeah.
He's just saying, like,
the actual piece, like Wu-Tang.
The public consumption.
Like Wu-Tang. Like, put it like this. At first, Wu-Tang, the logo was so small that I'm sure they had one jeweler that only made the Wu-Tang shit. But then it got too big, like, you know, and other jewelers started making it.
That's already that's a flag.
That's copyright.
Yeah.
That's a copyright, and that's the jeweler just trying to get some credibility for what you know they're doing. But again,
from jeweler to jeweler, is that a violation?
If nobody came to the jeweler, if nobody came to the guy and said, "Yo, make this for me," out of your crew, right? Then he's in violation.
That's what I'm asking.
Coming out of nowhere and doing this shit. But if somebody came to him from your crew, or from Jay's crew, or from Dame's crew, and said, "Yo, make this shit," to the other jewelers, that's not our problem. That's your fucking problem, bro. Between
I'm
your
asking
crew.
because I don't know
There's
the inside
a
of
leak in your
jewelry.
crew. You deal with the shit. I'm a jeweler.
No, we tell Sonny all the time, stop doing that.
That's the misconception that everybody gets. Like, we do this shit. Like, we don't do this shit just because we want to do it. Some jewelers are dirty and just do this shit.
That's what I'm asking.
And have
That's
it on
what I'm
display.
asking. Yeah.
That's foul. That's crazy. But we don't know what goes on in their head. Listen, it's free world. It's a free market. It's capitalism. I love it. Do your thing.
Because my first piece that I was going to do before this was what I was very, very close to asking, was a shot glass. That I could take off the chain.
You wilding out.
That would have been very.
I would have talked you out of that shit. I would have talked you out of that.
Yeah, that would have been exactly. That would have been the same. No,
that's keeping it going.
That would have been.
I thought it was an upgrade. Like, when you could go.
I let you live with the Newport thing, but
that old white lady in your building would have looked at you taking a shot out of your chain.
no, she would have been. Of course he did. Of course he did.
My second
Smoking
one.
bogeys out of the fucking
My
jewelry.
second idea was to
She's trying to get me drunk. She's trying to get me drunk.
Yeah, this is it's make a clear grenade, right? It's a clear grenade.
Put drink in it.
You trying to get me fucked?
This is my other idea.
Like a flask?
Look, this was to make a clear grenade. A clear grenade.
I have the videos of this.
And but in order for it to
there.
get green, it had to have bud in it. And then I was like, yeah, that's almost
This
better
guy
than
wants
Newport,
compartments
though.
and shit.
Yeah. Like, I want to be different, man.
Listen,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna tell
do
you what,
You
jewelry.
could have sold your own strand of weed, and people don't get the jewelry, but that'd have been the case that it came in the grenade. Hold on, I might have to cut this out.
Yeah. I like where you go. Snoop Dogg makes his own jewelry. You seen that? It's like costume jewelry, but Snoop Dogg got his own jewelry. Yeah, that's
I
it.
had a football player come into the office last week.
Yeah.
He comes to me, he's a very known football player. We're not gonna mention names. He said, yo, G, I've been looking for you, blah, blah. Somebody told me what you were. Okay, bet.
Antonio Brown.
No.
I'm just fucking. I'm just playing.
Absolutely not.
I was just playing.
No, it's my boy. I've done a lot of things for him back in the days. Whatever. Bro, he's like, yo, I want to get a custom piece made. I'm like looking at him, and listen, I'm not these kind of jewelers. I'm not gonna, yeah. You know, listen, we make good money on custom stuff. Certain times, depending on, you know, that's custom. Ain't nobody else wearing this shit but you. I'm like, bro, why you want to do this? You're not young anymore. I'm hitting them with the truth because that's how I am. I just have a good heart. I got to do that. Say, bro, just stick with the watches and stop with this. You're not 22 years old, 23 years old, 24 years old, where you're going to have 4 or 5 contracts, 3 contracts. Bro, you're good for 1 more maybe.
Right.
So stop.
You're a financial advisor as well.
Yes.
Yeah, because you could have just sold it to him. And
I'm not going to do that.
Right.
I'm not.
But you didn't give Nori the speech, though.
Oh, he knows. He knows.
No, he getting all this money anyway.
No, he knows. I can't tell. I talked him
You
out of the
didn't say Nori.
shit.
Come on, we're gonna do Legos right now.
I talked him out of the grenade. I talked him out of the
He said, no,
bullshit.
you're 42 years old. You want a Lego.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't be talked out of this one. This is a accomplishment.
But the shot glass,
The shot glass.
terrible idea.
But again, like taking it, like, even if I had it iced out, it's the like
No, even worse. Get the fuck out.
like, oh damn. Go ahead, continue.
My whole thing was like, yes, it's about getting money and but at the end of the day, you gotta have some sort of integrity.
Right.
You have to have some sort of respect for yourself and for your clientele.
Yes.
That's how I survived. I believe this long. You know, first of all, through the God graces. You know, God is great. Number one, first and foremost. Second, I believe that you have to be straight shooter. If there's something that they don't need, and they're at a certain bracket in their age, for what? Bro, do this instead of doing that. Because when you come back to me, I can give you money for this. Because it's always money.
It's going to hold value.
It's a whole value.
It has value, right?
This, bro,
Nobody's going to want the
I'm going
best
to charge you $1. I'm going to give you 25 cents later. You're going to look at me crazy.
Customization.
You're going to look at me crazy.
That's real.
Why?
Now, you actually, this is a question I had. Do you think that hip hop propped up the gray market then, by what you're saying right now?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hip hop, listen, all the designers, clothing, starting from clothing, shoes, all the way on up, jewelry, it's all hip hop. Hip hop has went from being hip hop to now being front and center.
Right.
Yeah.
Look at all the fashion shows. Listen, I'm not a fashionista over here or whatever the fuck. Look at all the fucking fashion shows. Who you got over there? You got, look at the front row.
Quavo.
Front row is
Look
crazy.
at the front row.
Never used to be like that.
Never used to be like that. You got fucking front row.
I didn't know that.
Front row, everybody in the hip hop.
You remember how much of a big deal
You got
it was?
fucking Pharrell, you got fucking, what's his name?
But you remember how much of a big deal it was just for Lil' Kim to be seen with Donatella Versace in the 90s? It was a big deal.
Big deal.
It was a big deal for like us to be embraced.
I love
like
hip hop.
that.
Hip hop made me what I am today. Made my family, gave me what I have. Thank God. If it wasn't for hip hop, we wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. I don't care if I'm wearing suits. If I'm wearing what I'm wearing now with this, I will always, represent anywhere I go. Hip hop made me, period. Yeah, my mom and dad, God, whatever. But hip hop, financially, you understand, put me on the platform was hip hop. I hustled my ass off, and where I am today it was hip hop,
But going back to what you said about customization, when the guy the football player wanted the piece, and you're dissuaded him from doing it, because you said if I buy it back, it's not going to be at the same rate.
I told him that.
Is the value only to the person buying it because it's custom to them? It's not really holding its value.
Exactly. Look, my logo. This is my logo. This is my logo. It's valuable to me.
Right.
This holds.
I think people need to know that because they'll look at everything shiny and be like, yo.
It holds value for me because this is my name. That's it. His face.
My name.
His logo. His logo. You understand? Like, it holds value to you. But if God forbid you fucked up, God forbid, you can sell it.
But it's not going
to hold its value, right? Because when
the
you
eye
sell
of the
it,
beholder, like a painting.
Unless it becomes a classic piece, like how Pharrell auctioned off his jewelry because it became iconic.
Right. J Balvin did the same thing.
Seen on, you know,
like J Balvin did the same thing.
Pharrell sold his whole collection, right?
Yeah.
Like J Balvin did the same thing. When I sold J Balvin his $6 million and $6 million watch, that Richard Mille watch, the Sapphire. It was one in the world. Piece unique. One in the world.
Piece unique.
You understand? I honestly believe if he auctions that off, you know.
Wait, say that again? The Sapphire Richard Mille watch? The blue one that looked like whole one?
Yeah.
You sold him that?
I sold him that.
Oh, wow.
Right after the whole little baby situation.
Right, okay.
Man,
imagine that, huh?
Okay, we go.
I gotta shout out my man though one time, Twiz the jeweler, man. Because he made my piece. I know we talking about.
Okay.
But this should mean the world to me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just mine. It's just a one-on-one.
Exactly what I'm saying. So it means something to you.
Twiz.
It's your. It's unique to you.
Yeah.
If you want to sell it, you're gonna lose. What you're gonna lose? You're gonna lose labor because that's what we pay for, labor.
Right.
Understand? Plus whatever gold value is. Right. Understand? There's a chart for that. There's a gold price for that. That's all. It depends on what the jeweler makes, profit margin wise.
Right.
That's what it comes down to at the end of the day.
What's your favorite watch?
Come on, you
My favorite watch, honestly, is a Patek. I have a 5980. I love that watch. I feel like it's the way they made it. It fits. Just it hugs your wrist. It's insane. It's just the way it hugs your wrist is literally bananas. On a rose gold and a stainless steel, the way they just hug your wrist, the way they made it is unbelievable. Now they came out with that cube. I know this one has it.
Oh, the cube or the Patek?
The Patek.
Oh yeah, first one in America. Excuse me.
one.
Don't say it. Just say like I have it. No, I was the first one in America.
Okay.
It can be proven.
I'm sorry, but honestly, my opinion.
It can be proven. Before Mark Cube.
This is my opinion.
What's his name? Mark Wahlberg, my man.
I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? And Hove.
I'm sorry.
I beat him.
Hove.
It's proven. That's
excuse me. Hove had the Tiffany stamp.
He got the Tiffany. It still don't matter. I had the first cube of this.
Yes.
Is his shit a cube of this?
After 26.
Hold on. Is his shit a cube of this?
Yes.
Okay. I was the first one in Cuba.
Yes, but my opinion. My opinion, and I believe this is a lot of jewelers.
Yeah.
After 26 years of the Nautilus, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, but
it looks like a fucking.
But the thing about
Cartier
it,
Santos.
But the thing about it, you can't say that to watch collectors.
What?
You can't. See, listen, hold on. Let me just say my point.
Nah. I know a lot of watch collectors.
Yes,
I sold two of them recently, and I'm like, are you sure? They're like, yeah, why? Because they don't even know themselves what the fuck they do. They're just doing it because.
But here you go, is this watch company that hasn't made nothing in 25 years. They make something.
But why?
And hold on. They make something in that next year. As a watch collector, you need to own that.
No.
Yes,
Would you take one of your songs with Pharrell that was fucking a smash hit and just tweak it a little? No, you're not going to do that.
That's not what this is,
yes,
sir.
It is.
That's not what this is, sir. That's not what this is.
Yes, it is.
No, as a watch collector, you need to own that. See, you're a seller, and
I'm not a seller.
You are too much involved emotionally. That's not what this is, sir. The game has changed. You're like Elliot Wilson right now.
My question is like this.
This is one of those arguments.
Your watch. Your two-tone.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you. Yeah.
60,000 retail?
71.
71.
Yeah.
It was when it dropped 300.
300.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Right? What do you think it is today?
250.
Yeah? Try again.
Uh-oh.
What do you think it is today?
It doesn't matter. I ain't
90,000.
lose.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying.
I'm not buying watches to sell them.
I'm just saying.
I'm into collecting watches, not selling watches.
You know?
Yeah.
Right now in this market, that goes for all of you and the audience. Just relax.
Right.
Take it easy. Just because something comes out first, relax. Let it settle in. Let it drop.
That's not the name of this game.
No, I understand that.
I gotta let you know. That's not what it is.
Let me finish. Unless you get it directly from the AD.
Yeah, I got it directly from the AD.
But if you come to me,
let me just say something. Watch collecting ain't the thrill. It's watch chasing that's the thrill. That's the thrill. It's like when you know no one else can get what you can get, no one else can't do what you can do. I have an FB
Yes, I know
you know how many people have an FB
Not a lot. It's a 3.5 year.
I'm gonna say I'm almost the first black person I know with an FB Bijon.
No.
I'm just playing.
It's different though.
It was nice to say. Nah, it was nice to say. Let me. I was
It's
here.
kinda like-
You're the first left rock.
I'm first hip hop.
Left rock.
I'm first hip hop. No, I gotta have this.
No, you gotta have
Because watch. Trust me. I told people about Pharell. I told people about Swiss. I told people about reggaeton. Everyone laughed at me when I said that. When I say this, I told people about Daddy Yankee. When I tell people, listen, the next hot watch brand is gonna be FB.
Sure.
I'm just telling you, it's already hot in this world. It's just not hood hot.
Right.
I got one
They
of
don't
the.
want that. That's the thing. They don't. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but they gonna get it whether they want it or not.
Yeah.
Depending on, it's really like who gonna say it in the rap. Like Drake saying in the rap.
Like he's the last independent watchmaker there is.
Yes.
And like word is he's a genius. He get bent all day and fuck with hookers.
Yeah.
Word up. Allegedly. And it's just he makes these brilliant watches. You can't right now. There's no fakes.
Right. So you can't duplicate it.
You can't duplicate
You
it.
have to write an essay to get this watch.
Oh yes, I wrote mine.
You have to write
I wrote mine.
Did you write yours?
I gotta read in the store. Yes, I did. Yo, I forgot I was dyslexic.
ChatGPT
I
wrote that
my shit
shit.
in rhymes though.
He said, if you don't give me this watch, I will put the bogey out in your face. Like ashtray face.
I should have said that.
Just to be clear.
No, and then you still gotta wait. You still gotta wait.
That's hard. That's dope.
Nothing?
Yeah.
You gotta get him a watch.
Come on. We've been scoping out the right one. He don't know yet.
What do you mean? No.
I don't care about that.
I know, man.
He don't. He don't.
Really?
He don't.
Yeah.
Real estate is more my thing.
I hear you, bro, but you gotta, you really live once, bro. Relax.
I had it. I got rid
we're
of
gonna
it.
get him something.
Yeah, I know. We have to.
Yeah, you gotta relax, bro. You gotta relax.
You gotta put it through Sunny.
You gotta relax. You gotta get a watch.
Yeah, we already.
There's only one watch that I want. He knows the watch. There's only one.
What's that?
Yeah,
Black
we know.
Rolex.
Cheers.
What?
Yeah.
Black Rolex.
Which one?
I don't even know.
They don't make black Rolex, but we'll make it.
My dad had one. That's why. That's the only reason why.
I know, we make it. You know, Hov had that. I did the one for Hov, the Sky Dweller, when it first dropped.
What?
When it first dropped, he called me, said, yo, bro, I need two. I couldn't even get one. I couldn't even get one. I don't know how he.
But he got the two.
He got one, and then I got him the other one. And then the 41s came out, got him two immediately. But then the Sky Dweller, the white gold or the stainless steel came out. I took that and I gave it to Bamford. You know Bamford?
No.
You know Bamford?
No.
Bamford is a company in England that they customize. But they have a partner, it's like a partnership with Rolex, not really, they know them. They let them just do their thing with their watches, They're the only ones that let them do their thing with their watches.
Right.
So I took that and I just made one for Hov, all blacked out, matte black, with the Rock Nation logo on the dial.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
One of one, it says in the back, one of one, Rock Nation, it was sick.
That's crazy.
Beautiful watch, beautiful.
Crazy.
I have a picture, I'll show it to you.
So we want to do quick time or
Let's go. Let's do it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
You guys send something over?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell them the rules. I'm gonna go take them.
Oh yeah.
Who
I gotta
said
take a
quick
piss.
time? I watch this all the
What
time.
are we doing?
And I know
I'm gonna
exactly
do
when you
shots
get the
after
text to do quick time with Slime. And I'm like,
What's this? What are
who's
we doing?
sending it?
Yeah.
Who?
You get
It's Haz and Lee.
Haz and Lee? Okay.
What is
My
that?
man Haz, man. Shout out to Haz. Shout out to Mr. Lee.
Yeah.
What are we doing there?
You want Casamigos?
Oh, yeah, for your shot.
Yeah.
Why? What are we doing?
Or you can have. You can have some Mama Juana.
Nah, you stay with the Mama Juana, bro.
Shout out to Mama Juana King.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
They don't know it's a water.
Yeah. We don't.
Well, you just said it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We don't do fake shots.
We don't do fake shots.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Let's go, bro.
Come on.
And they're small shots. Wait,
Small shots.
they're small shots because it's Mama Juana.
no.
Casamigos?
Why have they asked me and then they say no, I don't want it?
That just sounds fucking extreme. I'll just
ready?
do the Casamigo. Thank you.
What's that?
Yeah, Casamigo.
We can all do little shots. We can all do little shots.
I always wonder who sent the text.
I'm gonna call somebody.
Where Mr. Lee
Somebody
at?
taking me home.
Mr. Lee and has it. We got you. No problem. Mr. Lee and has it.
And when Haz is not here, you'll hear some crazy.
Colombian and
He's gonna give you.
yeah. Rob was displaying the room.
Oh, no, I got you the rules. So we're gonna give you two choices. I mean, I don't know how we're gonna do it with both of y'all, but we'll figure it out.
Right.
We're gonna give you two choices. If you pick one, you pick a choice. You make a choice. Nobody drinks. Not one person drinks.
Okay.
You don't drink. Nobody drinks. But if you say both or neither, which would be the PC answer, right?
Okay.
You avoid answering.
I avoid answering.
We're all drinking a shot.
So it's a game. Is this or that?
It's basically, this or that.
I'm answering every question.
But the thing is, we're not trying to diss nobody. It's really to bring up stories about
I be
anybody.
trying to diss people, though.
No.
I know the Elliot Wilson question is in there.
Oh, I don't write these. I swear to God, I don't write these.
1 out of 30 might be a little disrespectful.
Mr. Lee, your man.
Yo, why does Sonny come with a prescription shot?
Yo.
That's what they gave me.
That's what they made you a
I already know
prescription.
one of the questions. How many motherfuckers owe you money? I'm already.
No. That's not yet.
A lot.
Okay.
Oh shit! The first one's disrespectful. That doesn't even make sense. How does that even work?
Hey, I'm gonna ask you.
Yes.
Nas or Snoop?
As far as what?
It's whatever. It's whatever criteria in your mind.
We ain't ready, Jamie?
Nas.
Nas.
You have any stories with Nas?
Of course. I did a lot of his jewelry. Great guy.
Any iconic moment with him?
Working with him. Iconic moment, yeah. I did a piece for Swizzy. Thank you. Definitely trying to get me drunk.
Right.
I did a piece for Swizzy. It was a Basquiat. It was an actual real Basquiat painting.
On a chain?
Yes, I'll show you.
Okay.
So what we do is it's called enamel. Like our teeth, it's enamel work, where there's an artist paid them a shitload of money, and like your face right there on your piece wasn't even actually done yet. I need to take it back from you. And your mouth, the eyes, your hat says your name. We have to enamel it with a certain color. Like on the TV, like on the movie, it's in white. So then Swizzy calls me. He's like, "Yo, I need to make a piece. I need to make two." He made one piece, Andy Warhol.
Whoa.
The frame, I designed the frame of the piece, and then the Andy Warhol, the cans, and the Muhammad Ali one. If you've seen the 4 pictures of Muhammad Ali, I made that into gold and diamonds, like with a diamond frame, with diamonds around it. I'll show you pictures. It's in here.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hip hop.
Shout out to French. She just texted me. Okay. Hold on, look, I'm gonna show you. Look. I'll show you real quick. Sorry, I got like 25,000 pictures. Here, look. Damn. Find this shit fast. So he made me, he's like, "Yo, G, make this for me." I'm like, "Yo, let me make it right there."
Yo, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's
You gotta send it to her.
Shout out to Swizz.
See that right there? And that's 2016. I was actually before that. I just took a video of that. So he made me take this, and he actually, you see, that's exactly like the painting. 1-to-1. So I was this video. I was in Nas's house in LA, and I believe Swizz gave it to him somewhere in the studio or something like that. And it was this one, and then it was.
So Swizz gifted that to Nas?
Yes, Swizz gifted that to Nas. You know, they brothers. They do that shit. They give each other gifts. I love that. You know.
I gotta get into that.
So then,
why you ain't never give me shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
I used to write. I remember the first Drink Champ episodes. He was like, "Man, we got Jeezy coming, man. What questions you got?" I used to send Nori questions.
You got equity.
Yeah, I used to send Nori questions, man.
That's definitely the truth. That's definitely the truth.
So that one of the stories was I made that for him, and then I went. I think I delivered him his Jesus piece that I made for him, and then a couple of other things for Nas. And he's like one of my favorite rappers in the world. I grew up in Brooklyn, East New York, listening to him going on a fucking train. Yeah, bro. Ain't no fucking silver spoon around here. I came here
So get shit.
That's what I need to clear up. Everybody thinks
that East New.
Yes,
it's different. That's
East New York.
Different out there.
I grew up in Starrett City. Everybody knows what's going on with that. So I grew up B82 bus. Took the shit all the way to fucking FDR High School in fucking Bed-Stuy.
Come on, bro.
The BK connection.
I'm from Flatbush.
My first store, my dad's first store was in Flatbush and Caton Avenue.
Yeah, I'm from Caton and St. Paul.
Yeah, there you go.
My block right
and
there.
then the Jamaicans were like right there. My first titties I saw was in Flatbush and Caton Avenue. I was 10 years old. The girl comes in there with the Jamaican shirt, the titties sticking out with the, Jamaican, those
He's like,
they know they will. In this room.
the shirts with the fucking there were holes in it.
The net.
A couple of dudes wearing this.
She comes into the store holding her son. I remember this. I'm like 10 years old, bro. I'm like, my dad was
That's when
like,
Shopper Ranks was hot.
my dad was like, bah, hit me in the back of my head.
right, guys, we got to do quick time. Now we're taking a long time. Now this goes for Rob.
Yeah, that's one goes for Rob.
Raekwon or Ghostface?
Oh, that's hard.
Wow.
Shada Ray.
Shada Ray? Damn.
Shada Ray, I feel like...
Wait, you saying...
Shada Ray... I'm gonna go Ghostface though, man.
You said Shot the Ray.
Shout the Ray.
I thought you said Shot the Ray. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Ray is my man. If I had to split them up, I just think Ghost gave us so many classics in hip hop.
100%.
You know, like Cuban Link, first of all, just set off a whole chain of events like we never seen. The Purple Tape is special, but you know,
which Ghost is a part of.
Which Ghost is a part of, but when we go from that to Iron Man, to Supreme Clientele, to Bulletproof Wallets, to the Pretty Tony album, to More Fish. Like I think Ghost has one of the better discographies in hip hop, bar none. Like I think Outkast has a hell of a run. I think Jay has a hell of a run. I think Kanye has I think Ghostface has an incredible 4-album run. So shout out to Ghost.
All right.
Okay, Hit Boy or Hitmaker?
You asking me?
Yep.
Oh, it's Hit Boy all day.
Hit Boy?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Hitmaker dissed me one time.
That's my brother.
Yeah, Hitmaker dissed me one time. So it's Hit
Not
Boy.
because he's my boy. I know both of them. I deal with both of them. But no.
That's why you act that? Oh, yeah. Hitmaker.
Wait, you picked Hitmaker?
No,
Look,
absolutely.
Hit Boy?
Hit Boy.
Hit Boy, okay, wow.
No. But
Hitmaker diss you though.
Hitmaker dissed me for real.
Really?
Yeah,
Why did he diss you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You wrote some bullshit about him?
Nah, I actually did
That's good.
an interview with him when I was at XXL when he did the Sexy Can I and when he was first popping.
Right.
I wasn't mad
why
at
he
Young Bird.
dissed
Young
you?
Bird had,
What'd he say?
You gotta ask him that. But when I dropped my first album,
I'm asking you that because you here and you brought it up.
You got
and this is like the truthful show. You're not dodging no questions. What did he say?
What did he say? Because I know what it's like to be on the other side and have somebody dodge questions.
Okay.
I can't tell you why he dissed me. I can tell you what he said though.
Okay, what did he say?
When I dropped my first album, he tried to diss. He like tweeted at Joe Budden. He was like, "Yo, Joe, like why Rob? He gets to sit up there and talk about what's hot and what's not, but his music sound like how it sounds. So trying to say like my shit was up. I was like, and that shit came out of nowhere. But you know, it's all good. Like you get like. I've criticized people before. You know, I measure my criticism.
Right,
like for me, it's never hate.
Right.
But you know, I criticize people before, so you gotta take it. But if I'm being honest, if I am being honest, that aside, just what the fuck Hit Boy done is incredible, man. I love what Hit Boy's done. Like
Hit Boy.
God, Nas, Nas is always popping. Nas is a classic, but the album run that he went on with Nas, like that late in Nas's career, the way they sold out the Garden off of that, and then the fact that Hit Boy raps as well, and people like I could relate to that. Like people probably told him, "Yo, stick to making beats. Yo, just make beats. Yo, we just want you for his beats."
He's nice.
And Hit Boy can actually fucking rap, and then puts his father on when his father gets out of jail, and now it's a fucking family thing. Like I think what Hit Boy is doing is incredible. So I share that Hitmaker story just because it's like, yo, we being truthful and honest, but. I pick Hit Boy because I just think what he's doing is incredible. But I fuck with some Hitmaker joints too. I ain't gonna lie. Like Hitmaker got records.
Okay. Primo or Pete Rock?
I got an answer, but I just want to take a shot. So fuck
Okay, all right, cool.
The table gotta take it.
Yeah, we gotta have fun with it. Shout out to PR though. P Rock.
Nah, you didn't pick. That's why we took a shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
all right,
now,
if you
But
wanna-
now when
if
you
wanna
say
take
shout
your
out, it
answer-
feels like you was picking.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
You was explaining why you picked both.
Primo was amazing.
Okay.
Shout out to P Rock though. P Rock did hit me one day and said, "Yo, man, I gotta get you some beats, man. We gotta do something." So Pete,
That's dope.
Right.
you know what I'm saying? If I'd have got that beat pack, I'd have picked P Rock. I get the beat pack. I took a shot.
Damn.
I respect that.
Shout out to my brother P Rock. P Rock is my
respect
bro.
that.
I love P Rock, bro.
Okay.
Don't even ask me how, bro.
So Gabe.
Yeah.
Jacob the Jeweler or Tito? Clearly, you know they wrote that over there.
And I already feel like
Clearly, you know
he
they wrote
basically
that.
answered it already.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if it wasn't for Jacob, it wouldn't be me or anybody else. So if it wasn't for Tito, it wouldn't be Jacob. So in all honesty, I believe Tito really put Jacob on.
Right.
And if Tito had more of a family dynamic, if he had more of a foundation, grounded, had what we have, backup and support and blah, blah, I think he would have been out of here.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like supporting the underdog. You know what I mean? Like I'm always going for the underdog.
Right.
In anything. If I'm a gambler, I'm going for the underdog.
Right.
Because they're the ones who have more to prove, more to gain than somebody who's already, there.
Right.
That's hard.
So who you pick?
Tito.
Tito. Okay.
Can I answer that one?
Yeah, can you answer that?
Twiz the jeweler.
Okay. All right. Cool. Damn. You took a shot for no reason. I
took a
respect
shot for no reason. Fuck it. You on drink chance? You got to do. You know what I mean?
Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock?
I got my answer. I know what it is. I want to take a shot, but it's Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
It's Dave Chappelle for me.
Okay.
I think it's Chris.
Chris?
It's Chris for me.
All right.
I just saw Chappelle live. He was touring with Killer Mike.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And he still got it. He's still
both great.
got it.
But
They're both amazing. Chris is amazing, but like
Chris just went through so much shit.
yeah.
Right.
But the Chappelle show also, when I think about the Chappelle show in that era, like that was the last time I think in TV really like a show that the next day that we talked about it, whether you was in the studio or whether you was in school or whether you was at work at the water cooler.
Like when he waited for episodes to drop, you
right.
saying.
And then the next day it was like, yo, you seen Dave Chappelle last night? Yo, you seen the Prince shit?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm Rick James, bitch. Like, it's just so much shit with Dave. Like Dave
I remember that, but gotta remember Chris Rock had a show on HBO too prior to that, and that's kind of maybe what sparked the Dave Chappelle show.
Chappelle thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Chris's was more of a talk show.
Yeah, that's
So
true. That's true.
I think
They had skits though. They had skits. Wanda Sykes.
Yeah, they did skits. But really, the shit that set it on for all of us, I think, at least our generation, was In Living Color.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Wayne's.
Nah, but we saying we try to keep it with Dave and Chris.
But Dave and Chris, I gotta pick Dave.
No.
Dave? Okay. Nah, you ain't missed nothing. Look, I like how you got game, right? I like that. And so they disagree. Should we take a shot because they disagree?
No,
I mean, but they it's not, They pick. Okay.
Death Row or TDE?
Yep.
I'm TDE. Top Dog's my brother. I'm going TDE.
To the Top Dog Entertainment. You know, remember that they used to start all their shows like that, to the Top Dog Entertainment.
Top Dog's my guy. I love that guy.
I mean, Death Row is iconic, but man, I love living in the moment. I love that we get to have TDE right now.
But can we forget or what Death Row did?
No, you can never forget what Death Row did.
They're the predecessor.
You can never forget what Death Row did.
You can't do that,
But I think what TDE is doing right now is so special.
Right.
And you know what's incredible about TDE? And if we keep it real, Kendrick is technically not on TDE
anymore, right?
He's still a TDE fan, but he's not on TDE.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah. When he did that, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers was his last album on TDE. GNX is not technically a TDE album.
Wow.
When Kendrick had fulfilled his TDE contract, the talk on social media, the talk amongst hip hop fans was they were done.
Right.
If Kendrick is not there, they're done.
Now, what he did with SZA.
SZA just did 7 million records.
Damn. He took her on a whole different level.
SZA just did 7 million.
I was at the shows. I know. I call him. Yeah.
Doechie's killing it.
Doechie,
like what Doechie is doing right now and what Doechie is about to become.
Killing it.
And then you still got Schoolboy Q. I think Blue Lips was on my, my
hell
top 5
for sure.
favorite albums of 2024. I think what Ab-Soul is still doing is amazing. So they still could sell records and commercially impact and still keep critical acclaim. And that's hard to do. It's hard to satisfy the critics and affect the charts at the same time. I just think this moment we living in with TDE, we got to appreciate because they counted Top, Punch, shout out to Musa. They counted them dudes out when Kendrick said, hey, I'm going to go start PG Lang. And look at them numbers on SZA, man. It's incredible, man. So shout out to TDE.
And it feels like they fixed or they figured out all the wrongs that happened with Death Row.
Well, that's what he did with,
you know what I'm saying?
Top Dog with Q-Boy.
Schoolboy Q.
Yeah.
You got that's just the shots. It's all good.
He fucking took 10 years.
Right.
Took L's with him to get to Kendrick. To where he went.
J-Rock, can't forget J-Rock. You can't forget J-Rock. That's the foundation.
But I'm just saying they went. I don't know. Like That's me. Me and Top Dog having our conversation.
But also think about it. Think about J-Rock, right? And I was at Double XL at the time when we put J-Rock on the cover. Kendrick was at that shoot. It was J-Rock's moment.
It was J-Rock.
Yeah, because Kendrick used to be J-Rock's hype man.
Yeah, he used to go on the road when Mayday was signed to the
So this is when Kendrick was coming up.
Right, and then Kendrick made it the next year. Like, they created such a system. So really, when we think about it, like, J-Rock is really the what they call him, the first dog out, TDE. So it was supposed to be J-Rock in the beginning, but it ain't work out in the way that they're new to the game. They probably had to take their lumps a little bit before they figured out how to win.
That's what I meant. J-Rock
Is J-Rock supposed to be the president of TDE? Like,
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know.
Rockefeller made camera.
Yeah, but I don't even know if J-Rock wants. He's
a huge
J-Rock be the vice president or something?
But the beautiful part is, so Kendrick is the one that takes off, right? And J-Rock is more underground, right? Doesn't have the commercial success that Kendrick got. But J-Rock still is a Grammy-winning artist. J-Rock won a Grammy.
Wow, that's fire.
So they were able to build that shit up. And we live in a world where J-Rock, who didn't change who he was for anybody
at all,
is a Grammy award-winning
artist. Let me tell you something.
TDE is powerful.
Top Dog, one thing I love about Top Dog, he's the same guy. I don't know him like that personally, but I started one of my boys, Jack from Cincinnati. We started a label. All right, it's called BC. It's called Big Coin, not Bitcoin. So he had a few artists.
This is active now. This is an active label now.
Active now. So
I gotta see what the chain look like.
It's just to be in a seat.
Right. Okay.
But the point is, we tried to just get in the not me. I'm helping my boys, and I'm not on the I'm not on the paperwork. None of that. I'm helping my boy, like, bro. And I'm going to everybody. Everybody. I go to Top Dog. I don't know, bro. Top Dog, bro. The guy is such a great dude. He's
They never changed.
He's so humble. He's like, bro, bring him to LA. I want to meet. Bro, they flew out to LA. They had us sit down. He listened to every fucking song.
Wow.
He fucks with the young boy, you understand? Because he's like, he's like a little Dirk situation going on, blah, blah. But the young boy just in and out of jail, just with the bullshit, all this bullshit. But he's like, when he gets his shit straight, Top Dog is like, G, we want to work. We want to do this. And we said that, and I told him, they don't need your money. They just need your wheel. The wheel that's already in motion. That's all they need. They don't need your money. Just help them.
No, they figured it out.
They figured it out. That's what I respect about Top.
And they haven't changed.
Amazing dude.
No, and they keep it very independent minded, even though as big as they've gotten, all the deals that they've gone through, but they keep it very independent.
I love Top. He's out of all these CEOs, all these guys that I know, like I deal with, this guy is unbelievable. Like, he's such a humble guy. I've never seen this before.
But we're going to get through this real quick. All right.
Slow time with slime.
Bust down versus no bust down.
No bust down, come on.
Right.
It depends on the situation, though.
Okay, like what?
Like, it depends. If you just want to fuck around and...
How about you get the factory Richard Millie bust down? I don't have a bust down washing
machine. Yeah, you do. You have a bezel on it.
It's a bezel. That's not called. That's not considered a bust down. No way. Not in the real community. Not in the real community. A bust down is the.
No. I seen this shit. Every time I post this shit.
If it's not factory, it's a bust down.
It's bust down.
No, what do you mean? My shit is factory.
I don't care.
But it came with the diamonds on the bezel factory.
Yes, of course. From Vacheron. My shit is factory.
It's bust down.
No. You must be misunderstanding. Then
why are you trying to act like we like
listen, we're saying a bust down is just it's when your whole shit is
not really.
No. See, y'all got different language than us.
As long as they have
being honest with you,
some sort of stones on it. You have diamonds on your bezel.
That doesn't call it a bust. Hell no. That's not what we call bust down.
That's because you called it that.
I always felt like if it was factory, that's just
factory is not. It's not in there. Listen, I have an AP. Factory bust down. It's all the way. That is a bust down.
Okay. I would have sold you that real cheap.
If you just got it on the bezel, that is not considered.
I would have sold you that a lot cheaper than what you paid.
See? And he don't even know what you paid.
But I'm not going to lie to you. I like going to the AP people and feeling like that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
But why can't you feel like that guy?
From AP. No, it's cool. Me and you, that's why, I come to you for shit like this.
I'm fucking
you know what I'm saying? Like, but, I got that relationship with AP.
No, he sends me the watch. He says to me, yo, Gabe, what do you think about this? I'm like, yo, Gabe, now. Don't get it. Don't do this.
Right.
He tells you the
That's right. You still
What
still
Pusha
my
said?
advisor. Still my advisor.
Never tell the dealer what you spent on your wristwatch.
Oh, I don't know. I'm having fun in my world.
Shout out
My world.
He's having
I
fun.
have direct from Protect.
He has direct
from Richard.
No. Floyd would say it's Richard.
Okay, Richard. Direct AP.
I still want
Ben had direct
this
Rolex.
fucking essay. Bro, I need to see this essay.
And now I got
That's the hardest.
You gotta read it on Drink Champs.
Vacheron.
That FP joint is the hardest one.
FP. Yeah,
Wow.
FP. Nobody got that. It's the only other, other person in the world who got that watch. Mark Zuckerberg. He got that.
Who? Zuckerberg?
Mark, that nigga. That nigga, yeah, he trying to get me to say it again. Nah.
He said Mark Zuckerberg.
That nigga, the meta motherfucker.
Meta
There you go, the meta motherfucker.
All right, let's bust down this next one.
Yeah.
The source of double XL.
Yeah, that's definitely for you.
I like it.
Double XL, man. First of all, I worked at Double XL.
Right.
We grew up on the Source. Source still, I used to do. I started working when I was freelancing.
Wait, who'd you pick? I'm sorry.
Double XL. Double XL, clearly.
Okay.
I want to drink, but Double XL.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I'm good.
Good. But yeah, break it down.
When I was freelancing, when I started out as a journalist, I was freelance, so I could write for every magazine.
Before Double XL.
Before Double XL, when I was just freelance. Once I got on to Double XL, they'd be like, yo, you work for us, so you got to be exclusive to us. But I used to freelance for Complex, Vibe, Source, Double XL, Dawn Diva, shout out to Tiffany, shout out to Kevin Childs.
You probably did a write-up about me, too.
Absolutely, bro.
You did a write-up about me.
But I say all that to say is after a while, it was dope because you get your name, your byline in the magazine. So I'm starting to make a name for myself, right? But in the Source, and there's the Benzino era, there's the tail end of the Dave Mays and Benzino era. I'm writing up, man, I'm stacking up bylines, and the checks stopped coming.
From XXL?
No, from Source.
Oh, when you was at the Source.
Yeah, so I'm still in the hole with the Source magazine, and then they sold
money,
it.
Bro.
Yeah, well, the Source owed me money. The Source owed me money, but so I never got. It was after a certain point, like they stopped paying me, and I was like, damn, I had to stop writing for y'all.
Right.
But it was kind of that trade off because you hungry to get your name out there, so it's
And
like
the
yo, you
source is
kind of
so
take
high.
that.
Right, you got your foot in the door.
It's the same thing like my man, and then but it's like yo, then you don't pay the invoice.
Right.
So the Source still owes me money. So
after a while.
I can't root for the Source. I used to work for Double XL. I was part of the staff that really made
Vanessa?
the cover hot. Yeah, man. Shout out to Vanessa.
Right.
Shout out to Daytwan.
Right.
So Double XL all day.
Yeah, Mob Deep or MOP?
No, you skip one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, we just went to that one. You can go back to it. Go ahead.
That's a vote for y'all.
Both of us?
Yeah,
Mob
both of
Deep
y'all.
or MOP?
Yeah.
Mob Deep. I don't even think about it.
Rest in peace, Prodigy. You got
Prodigy, that's my brother.
Gotta be
I love
Mob
MOP. I'm Brooklyn for life, man. But
Mob.
Mob Deep changed the fucking game.
They had those sitting in that bus with the fucking big CD player with the little big fucking headphones. Yeah, that was it for me.
That shit meant everything to us when Mob Deep dropped. Like,
Right?
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Infamous, like, hell yeah.
He actually put my name in the song, Prodigy.
Really?
Yeah, when he in his solo album, he said, "Gabriel in the district, get all my loot."
Wow, that's
I was
dope.
like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "Okay."
Shout out to P.
Yeah, rest in
Definitely.
peace.
Shout out to P. Rest in peace, definitely.
QC or who the hell did I put? LMG? CMG. That's
Oh, Yo Gotti joint.
yeah, I need my glasses.
Oh man. That's a good question.
Perfect time.
That's a good question. CMG, man. I just think I think what QC did was legendary with Migos and Yachty and what they doing with Baby now.
But with Glorilla right now, we're seeing.
But man, I just like, man, I ain't hear from Moneybagg Yo in a minute.
Right.
But man, I went to Memphis about 2 years ago for one of Yo Gotti's birthday bash. This is when Glorilla first popped. When she first had FNF. And just to see that shit in the ground floor, just see the roof come off that fucking building when she
killing
jumped off that shit. I think CMG is killing it right now. I think the Memphis sound, I think Memphis is so important to hip hop.
Yep.
Yes.
And we don't give Memphis enough credit for the trends that Memphis is set.
MJG.
So
Rest in peace, Gangsta Boo.
Yeah. I just want to give CMG they flowers. Shout out to yo guys. Shout out to QC too. But if I had to pick one, I'm picking CMG right now.
Okay. All right, yeah, I can't see. I got it. $1 million worth of game or Joe Budden?
What the fuck does it say, dude?
I think Wallow is one of the most important voices that we have.
Absolutely.
Right now. I think, man, and this is, I've never met Wallow. I don't know him. We have zero relationship. I like what Wallow is doing, man. Like when you see these clips of Wallow talking to like Lil Durk, but for real, like it's different. Young Thug is different.
He was tearing in that one,
right? Yeah. It's different when I say it or when we say it like in media because
and he got 20 years behind the camera,
right?
Yeah,
he got
like I'm from Flatbush, Brooklyn. Like like for real,
right?
But I ain't partaking those activities the same way. So when in media, when we kind of say it, it's still like I can relate, but I can't relate fully to what you're going through. Wallow is putting his experiences in this, and like, yo, I've been through. I've absolutely been there, and I don't want to see you go there. I think Wallow's voice is so important. I got to pick $1 million worth of game, man. So shout out to Wallow.
I spoke to Wallow this morning. That's crazy.
Yeah, Wallow too. Like, I don't know the guy. I never did anything with him, but he's very inspiring.
Yes,
he's very, very inspiring because he's been through all that crazy shit.
And then I like Gilly the same way because you need somebody to play off.
Yeah, you need that balance.
Y'all not the same as $1 million worth of game, but Drink Champs is NORE and EFN. Like you need that balance. So then while Wallow kind of gives us. Like Gilly keeps it entertaining, he keeps it fun. And Gilly still, it's not like Gilly is steering nobody the wrong way, but it's that perfect balance, man. So shout out to $1 million.
Absolutely.
Breakfast Club or Ebro in the morning?
Oh, you were able to
breakfast or Ebro?
Yeah, you taking a shot?
No, he's not taking a shot. He's gonna answer.
I want to take a shot.
Because he was on breakfast.
Shot just
I was on breakfast.
I was on Ebro in the morning too.
Oh, okay.
I was on Ebro in the morning too.
I was on both.
I speak to Charlamagne every day. Charlamagne is one of my best friends. Yeah, me and Charlamagne speak every day, man. But I grew up in New York City. Hot 97 was the first hip hop station that we ever had.
Let's just take the shot.
Let's just take the shot.
We're taking a shot.
Salud.
I'm taking
Can you stop with
salud.
This shit ain't had shit in it. I don't
water.
Put it out this way.
But to be clear, you were picking Breakfast Club.
No, I'm picking. I'm not picking.
He picked nobody.
He didn't pick.
I'm not.
But
picking,
I like you. I like that.
I want to say I think Charlamagne and where he's going. With mental health talk in the political sphere, like I think the growth of Charlamagne. If you really think about where Charlamagne came from
and what he went through,
under Wendy Williams, like
and
he
got ousted. Remember?
Right? Yeah. When he out of Philly, out of there, he got fired. He got blackballed.
Yeah.
Like what he's built is amazing.
So much shit for Wendy is crazy.
And it's fucked up because like Charlamagne is one of my best friends for real. Right. Me and Ebro are super cool. I fuck with them both. I know they don't fuck with each other, but I respect them both, so I had to take the shot.
All right.
You gotta stay neutral. I just between those two.
Nah, but
that's all I gotta tell you.
And they're both important voices. But
as a friend, they're both important. So just stay in the middle.
But I truly believe that, man. And I see where they disagree and whatever.
Where do they disagree?
I just think it's rival stations too. I think it's being across the street from each other. Like it's hip hop, it's rivalry.
Because I think the greater audience doesn't understand where there's a rivalry.
I think it's just being from New York. Like New York had Hot 97 was number one for so long.
Yeah.
And then here comes Power 105. Like, you know, even Angie jumping the
it was like a rap beef. They was going in.
Yeah, they just as competitive, man. But and then I also think lines were crossed. I think personal things were said. Like in the spirit of competition, certain things were said that maybe they can't forgive or maybe they'll never be cool.
Right.
But I appreciate them both, man. So
loyalty or respect?
It's kind of a perfect segue into that.
Yeah.
Loyalty or respect?
Both of y'all, yep.
I'd rather have loyalty.
Yeah.
Because if you have loyalty, then the respect is obviously there in some sort of aspect. But loyalty will definitely go further than respect. Because anybody can respect anybody. You can respect money, you can respect religion, you can respect whatever. But your loyalty lies with something. has to lie with something. My loyalty lies with what I believe in and what I'm doing, and you believe in what you're doing.
Yep.
And I believe loyalty is 1,000% the way it is.
Loyalty. Yeah. Because respect is great, but I know how to handle disrespect.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we can meet disrespect with if you want to be disrespectful, we can get disrespectful.
Right.
But loyalty is something special.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, I'm gonna take a shot.
Yeah, because I just want both.
Yeah.
Give me both.
I love you guys. Man. You guys are the best, man.
Me and EFN always say both.
Right.
Both of you have the option, right?
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah. So what it is
I take a super.
I'm gonna do two, Nori. I gotta take a piss.
Go ahead, you go. Chris.
yeah, just go. We
You
said
gonna
that's
take
the
two
only
shots,
time
you
you should take a shot.
He took 2 shots. We gotta take 2 shots. Holy fuck balls!
I got a watch question.
I ate at Philippe's.
How many
Philippe Chow.
millimeters is too much?
Oh,
They got
God.
70 millimeter
Pause.
watches.
You need to pause that, bro.
Pause.
85,
man. What the hell?
90 millimeter watches.
You went
How
too
many
far.
millimeters?
I think anything over 42 millimeters is way too much.
Okay, that's
All right.
We love it.
No, I had a hip hop question for Rob. I forgot. Hold on.
gotta
Shit
slide
balls.
What the fuck was it?
But my shit is, we losing right now. Like the culture is losing.
What do you mean?
The culture is losing because,
The culture's been
and
losing.
listen, the internet has given us a lot. Going digital internet culture has given us a lot. It's given us a new way to hustle, a new way to make money,
But
a
you
new way
said
to
something.
promote
Internet
ourselves.
culture.
Right.
That is its own culture.
Is different from hip hop culture.
Right.
So there's a lot of fans out here. Again, like you might be a Drake fan, but if Drake didn't exist, would you fuck with hip hop? Would you fuck with this culture?
Yep.
This shit is not based off of who tops the billboards. That shit is nice. We celebrate it because we love to see each other win.
Right.
But who's at the top of the billboards consistently? Don't fucking
Doesn't matter for hip hop.
Yeah, it don't dictate to us who the best.
Right.
It don't dictate to
It
us how
never
the
did
culture moves.
before.
We dictate how the fucking charts move. You know what I'm saying? Because look, and if I'm being real, I'm from an era where, because if you want to talk about charts, MC Hammer had it all. And we did Hammer dirty when he was hot. Hammer took bullets. Everything that rappers are getting now, that they get props for getting, Hammer had a fucking Super Bowl commercial that hip hop clowned him for. Hammer had all the success that hip hop clowned him for. We need to actually appreciate MC Hammer more, because all the shit rappers aspire to right now is the shit Hammer was doing back then.
And I'll do you another one. Another example of how fucked up this culture is. MF Doom. How much we revere him now. Not in life, but now.
Based off of when he was alive. And Big L, the same shit. Like I argue with people all the time. I know people who Big L is their favorite MC.
He's one of my favorite MCs.
But remember, we from that era where I remember when Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous came out, and I bought it. Motherfuckers wasn't fucking with L until he died.
No, I was
like for
early.
Real.
I was early.
You for sure. MF Doom, man, one of the greatest moments I had, man, I was driving, my son's 16 years old, I was driving in the car with my son. I said, man, just play whatever you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he's playing the aux. He said, yo, Dad, you ever heard of this rapper? And he started playing Mad Villainy. He started playing MF Doom. I ain't put him on to this shit. He just discovered this shit on his own. Like, rest in peace to MF Doom. I was at New Eurekan Poets Cafe when he did his first show. He used to be Zev Love X from KMD.
Of course, KMD.
And then he changed to MF Doom.
We talked about it with Third Base recently.
Before he had the metal mask, he did his first show at the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Shout out to Vaz and Ellie from Night Train. They put that show on. He
Shout
had
out
the
to
metal
Third
mask.
Base being a part of that whole
Shout out to Derv, shout out to my man MC Search.
Yeah.
He had a stocking cap on. So my son is like fronting like he's trying to put me on the MF Doom. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, bro, I was at his first fucking show.
Did you tell him?
Yeah, hell yeah. But it was dope to me that my son could just discover it on his own. So, I mean, this hip hop shit, this shit is really culture. This shit a way of life. Like, this is really how we live. Like my kids could attest, man. Like, it's not like Mr. Rogers. It's not like we come home and take our hip hop off. A lot of motherfuckers that benefit from us, a lot of motherfuckers that profit off of us, a lot of motherfuckers that have ownership in this shit from the labels or whatever, they go home and take their fucking hip hop off, like Mr. Rogers, right? They take the Sims off, they take the whatever, because that's not really them.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Dope.
When we go home, it's how we are. It's 24/7, man. I could FaceTime EFM at 2 o'clock in the morning, and he's the same guy.
Right.
That he is. Like, it ain't a home life and a hip hop
He
life.
doesn't answer.
Yeah, Nori won that.
I don't like FaceTime.
But he'll hit you.
I don't like I'm too old
funny
for
'cause
FaceTime. All right, let's go.
Fiction time.